What we're dealing with isn't human.
Please, God.
But it's taken human form.
Stay the hell away from me, I'm warning you.
Come on, Pierce. This is crazy.
Bullshit. You're infected just like the rest.
My men are dying out there. I've seen firsthand what this infection is capable of.
Oh, you have no idea what it can do.
Like my dad always said, if you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of a record. The storm's been hitting us pretty hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on. One other thing. I think it rips through your clothes when it takes you over.
The Thing is a third-person survival horror game that was developed by Computer Artworks in 2002. The Thing game is a sequel to the excellent 1982 John Carpenter film The Thing, not to be confused with The Thing from Another World that released in 1951, also a very good film. Both are based on the 1938 novella Who Goes There by John W. Campbell. Now, to begin, all of those who've been fortunate or unfortunate enough to play license-based games on movies or TV shows know that for the most part, almost all of them have been horrible and insulting to the license they represent. But for the game The Thing, this is not the case. This game picks up right where the movie left off at US Outpost 31 in Antarctica, just days after we left Childs and Mac sitting in the cold, paranoid and freezing.
Why don't we just wait here for a little while? See what happens.
You are Captain Blake, a member of the U.S. Special Forces, charged with a small team to investigate both the U.S. camp and the nearby Norwegian camp. As you delve deeper in your investigation, you discover reports and traces of what appear to be an extraterrestrial organism among the rubble of the outpost. Finally, coming across a destroyed shack, there appears to be a body inside. It's Childs, who was seen to have died from exposure, and MacReady is nowhere to be found. You then get a call on your radio that the team that had been investigating the Norwegian camp has been attacked and scattered by an unknown enemy, and the real game begins.
We got some...
The story this game tells is very compelling and full of mystery. There are times when you feel like the game is moving at a slower pace, but it's then quickly replaced by edge-of-your-seat action and horror. Oh, not to mention the barfing. Lots of barfing. If that's not enough to compel you to seek this game out, then hear this. The game is considered and endorsed by John Carpenter himself to be the canonical sequel to his 1982 film. That's a very big deal considering how phenomenal the movie was. Now, only if the game could be adapted to a film and headed by Carpenter as well, that would be amazing.
Hold it.
Pierce, it's Blake. It's okay. Put your weapon down.
No way. You're infected just like all the others.
I'm not.
Your word ain't shit, Captain. I found a report that says the only way to prove you're not one of those things is through a blood test. Now, there's a medical kit near the kennel. You go get it and come back here, and I'll watch you do the test.
The mechanics of the game touch on raw human emotion, something I have not seen in many games, and keeping true to the feeling of the film. As you come across members of your team or other people in the game, some will be convinced you are infected and refuse to help you or might even attack you. You will have to find a blood test kit and prove you're human.
Said the hypo contains a chemical that reacts with blood. Do it. We'll soon know, one way or another.
Now I'm gonna show you what I already know.
Some will be willing to help you almost without question, and then you will be the one feeling paranoid. And some are infected, and will not show it until you are vulnerable. This will keep you always thinking and watching to see how your comrades react to situations and in combat. The weapons are true to what you have seen in the movie. Sniper rifles, pistols, grenades, shotguns, and then there are some of the military weapons that were not seen, such as the awesome grenade launcher and flashbangs, and of course, the ultimate cure-all to anything on the prowl, the flamethrower.
Storm's been hitting us hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on.
There are a ton of fan services in the game that relate back to the movie, such as throwaway lines from the film and iconic Easter eggs from the film as well, such as Blair's unfinished UFO. This not only makes the game feel even more like the movie, but it's just fucking awesome.
What the hell?
What do you think it is, Captain?
I don't know and I don't care.
Looks like a goddamn UFO to me. This shit gives me the creeps.
Yeah, we're not alone in the universe and all that crap. Check it out and move on.
Not only do we see the iconic Thing creatures from the film, but we get a ton of new creatures that we've never seen before, such as the Scuttlers that resemble Norris the Head Spider, and other breeds as well. There are these really badass ones that are called Walkers, and they resemble the Thing creature at the end of the movie, just before MacReady kills it. Now, there are hang-ups in the game, such as some levels that seem to be pointless to the story and are just irritating, like the goddamn turret rooms level. Also, the blood tests are not always accurate. I've literally given a person the blood test and they passed, and within the same minute, they turned into a thing. Things like that could pull you out of the immersiveness of the game. Lastly, the boss fight at the end of the game is way too fucking easy. There are a total of 4 boss things in the game, and the last one doesn't even compare to the difficulty of the second boss. It makes no sense, especially because the last boss is the size of fucking Godzilla. This game is easily one of the best licensed movie games ever made, and it almost had a sequel but was cancelled due to Computer Artworks closing their doors in 2004. But there is production art and cinematic videos that exist for the game's sequel that can still be found online. New monster designs for the unproduced game sequel inspired those for the creatures of the 2011 film prequel.
And hides inside it. What are you saying? Not all of us are human. Could be any of us.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give The Thing an 8. This game draws you in with its well thought out plot, and mechanics for the game touch on real human emotion, and even though it can have its times where frustration can take hold, The game is very satisfying and will challenge you not only on difficulty, but making decisions that can mean life or death, not only for yourself, but for those around you. Beautifully designed levels to feel like you're in the movie and gives you those unanswered questions that have gnawed many for years.
Poor baby, you're starting to lose it, aren't you?
Your move, king to rook 1. My move, rook to knight 6. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Excellent timing there, pilot. Early retirement from Gen Inc.
No, not exactly. On my way back from an extended Arctic vacation.
Uh-huh. So what's your name, smartass?
MacReady. R.J. MacReady. U.S. Outpost North 31.